Howdy everybody, and welcome back to Malenia's Arsenal, series where we fight Malenia and NG7 with every single weapon. In this episode, we'll be using the Ancient Meteoric or Greatsword. And if you're wondering, before we get into this, let's just, let me say a couple things. If you're wondering why I'm wearing this and the Arsenal charm, the Fire Knight helmet and the Arsenal charm, I messed up when respecking and thought, let's just see if I can make it work. And now, before we get into it, I'd like to ask you guys, please, if you do enjoy the content, do leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more, and help choose the next weapon by leaving a comment. This weapon was asked by somebody again, and I keep forgetting to get the names. I ended up realizing when I did my recording. Here, let me do the description, then I'll get into it when we actually get into the battle. How about that? One of the treasures of the ruined forges, great sort of an ancient meteoric ore, ending in a sharp point, fashioned from an excavated shard of an arrowhead that was once a part of the old god's arsenal. A capable piercing weapon that excels at thrusting attacks. So its R2s are actually unique. Or I don't think it's unique, but it has the double thrust R2. Anyway, I realized I completely skipped over this weapon. Somebody asked me to do this one, and I just kind of forgot, apparently, I think. At least as far as I'm aware, I didn't do it. If I did, then I guess I'm doing it twice. But, this weapon's pretty good. I'll say that. Oh, it was not a worthwhile trade, though. I was really betting on the other attack. Oh, no. Yep. Alright. Well, that was my bad. So, as a Colossal Sword, you don't get the same kind of punish windows. You don't get the same kind of checks that you do with other weapons. And I just showed it off there. That's totally what I was doing. Alright, guys? No, but, you really don't. I was checking to see if she would do triple slash or the jump thrust, and she was doing the jump thrust, and that doesn't work on this weapon. I also forgot to mention that this has a unique weapon art, though. White light charge. Summons white light from the crevice in the weapon's ancient meteoric ore, using its power for a charging attack which pierces foes. Additional input causes light to explode. It looks really cool. It moves you really fast. You can technically use it to dodge waterfowl. I will, maybe show that off? We'll see. It was really niche, and I don't know why you would do that over just dodging waterfowl, but it's kind of funny, if anything. Oh, she killed me with that one. That's okay. I gotta tell you guys, so if you didn't know, the Fire Knight helmet gives you a small all stats up, like the Erd Tree's favor. But I gotta tell you guys, not having the Healing Seed +1 feels so different in terms of the amount healed. It's wild, dude. That charm, or yeah, that talisman gives you so much healing. This isn't the right weapon art. I thought I had Vow the Indomitable on. Oh no, guys. Alright. Well, we gotta find a new dodge. I am sorry, I apparently didn't prep properly for this episode. I think I'm not gonna scrap it though. Just because it's kind of funny and it lets me show that I can work with what I've been given. But it is a little unfortunate, that's for sure. Maybe I will use white light charge to dodge waterfowl, who knows. It's not a great dodge, but it gives you super armor in ways that work and makes you take few hits. I'm surprised she hasn't been stance broken yet. Yeah, that's what I thought. I've been wailing on her with these R2s. Nah, it was less than just hitting R2. I don't know why I did a jump attack there. That's a worthwhile trade of one hit, I think, for the amount of damage we're getting. By the way, how much am I doing per swing? 948? So this thing's hitting, like, as hard as, if not... It's basically hitting as hard as the, Anvil Hammer, right? Which is pretty good. Okay. That was a lot better of a stance break. It's pretty good, honestly. She should just, yeah, be guaranteed to get hit there. Anvil Hammer is what I was calling probably the best colossal weapon in the game. I think this could be seen as a counterpart, and it is... Yeah, I mean, they're both forge weapons and stuff, right? I think it could be the best colossal sword. The only issue is it's one of the heaviest. It's one tier below heaviest. One weight below heaviest tier. But the actual damage you get off on it is really good. It is somber though, so you can't buff it. So you gotta work with that, but I think most people are willing to work with that usually. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, that was amazing. There is something I haven't talked about with this weapon yet that is very good. And I'll get to it after we kill Malenia, I think. It's not just the insanely high thrust damage or anything either. That's why I like the jump method, by the way. Yeah, I shouldn't have healed here. I should have just run. I knew better. 4, 4, 5. Alright, we'll take it. Shouldn't have healed there either, but that's okay. We make do. I'm learning ways to manage, how to cope with loss, you know, pretty much. And the loss is no vow of the Indomitable, because, wow, I use that thing a lot. It answers most of my questions for how to handle Malenia. But, as you can see, if you have a little bit of poise, you have options as well. Alright, let's go for that charge star 2 again. Yeah, that's massive damage, by the way. The R2s from Anvil Hammer, uncharged, we're doing 1300. This thing does, what, like 1217? It's also magic damage, which she has 20% resistance to. But also, because I like saying also, it has thrust damage, which means it's really effective counter-hitting. Alright, well, that went well, honestly, it did. Let me check who I should be fighting after this point, though. Alright, thrust damage means I should go do Dancing Lion and, Relena. So, I think I'm not gonna fight Relena, because she has 40% magic resistance, so maybe I will do... Maybe I'll do Mesmer or something. Yeah, Mesmer's got 20/20. And this guy's 0. Okay. The big reveal of the thing that I have been talking about with this weapon that is insane. Look at how long this weapon is real quick. And then compare it to like any other Colossal Sword. Whoops. It is... Wow, I really can't wield any of these, huh? It is massive in length. Longer than Zweihander. A little bit longer than the Greatsword, I think, even. Oh, it is, definitely, yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's the longest... Yeah, it's the longest Colossal Sword in the game, and has, and will always be now, I guess. That is really, really exciting, and I think I was making pretty good use of it there against Malenia. There were some pokes that I was going for that were really aggro, just because it's just that little bit longer. I think the range on this is something that cannot be overstated. Like, it's so good. Right. I know what I'm doing. Maybe. You know, I didn't have to put on this helmet and stuff if I wasn't going to actually use Vow of the Indomitable. That's why I had to put on this gear, because the shield put me just over heavyweight. At least with the helmet that I was wearing. And I guess, since I'm not even using Vow, it doesn't really matter. But, right. Dude, I'm bad at this fight. One day I'll actually learn it, but today is probably not that day. Like, I know I'm not getting, like, completely beat up, but I take a lot of damage. We could try White Light Charge. Sheesh. We didn't even hit with the first part. The first part does lackluster damage, but the fact that the follow-up did 3,000 is pretty good. Okay, maybe not that lackluster. It does a little bit less than an R1. Yeah. But combined with the follow-up, you got like a really high damage there. Have I mentioned that I hate lightning form? Oh, he sniped me with it. I didn't even see it there. Wow. And here I call Dancing Lion the easiest of the bosses. What's that about, dude? I died. Right, let's take this off. I think if I take this off, I'm heavy load, though. We're not really using Blessed Blue Dew. We'll just put on Pale. Well, lightning's the only element he actually uses, right? The other ones are actually physical. Alright. Let's try it again. We'll give this one more attempt, actually, since I don't really feel like fighting Mesmer right now, so I'm just going to go do the gauntlet after this. Dude, I'm so good. You can always block with this weapon. It is a colossal greatsword. Okay. So the weapon art gets, without buffing from Alexander Jar Shard, stuff like that, it gets about the damage of a fully charged R2. That's good. What is happening? This guy's a little jank sometimes. And I keep forgetting he does that at the end of that combo. I don't know why. I have not remembered that since I started fighting him. Yeah, I don't like fighting him near the stairs, guys. I gotta say, it's really jank. Yeah. Whoa. This is okay. If you didn't know, during his phase transitions, you can actually usually get a charge short 2 off on him. Even for the lightning one, you just have to make sure you space properly for the lightning bolts. Oh, I was really hoping to just finish him off there. I'll do it here, though. There we go. He has really low health for the DLC. I will say that. He's a bit of a hectic fight. I still gotta learn it a lot. It goes for most of the fights, to be fair. I still haven't added this as a shortcut. But let's go do the boss gauntlet, and we'll call it there, huh? Overall, I think this is a really solid weapon. Magic is universally resisted at least 20% across the board in the DLC. But beyond that, like, you still got almost... Wow. Yeah, you've almost got 900 damage on the physical damage anyway. That's really good. The blocking is pretty strong. It's not as good as the Greatsword, but like most things aren't. It looks to be better blocking than almost everything else, though. Whoops, I started wandering. And again, the length on this. So, for reference, like the Watchdog's Greatsword ends up being one of the stronger strength weapons. But look at the length difference. Here we go. You're talking like... Here, maybe I can find a... Let's line up with the wing a little bit, maybe. Wow, I'm bad at perspective, guys. Alright, we'll put my sword tip against the bolt of Grand Sax, right? Put on this thing, and it reaches the other bolt almost. You're talking like, wow, this is actually a really good measurement spot for length. Huh. That's crazy. At least for colossal swords. You lose out on like 30%, 40% length if you swap off of this thing. To the Watchdog's Greatsword, that is. But it's one of the better strength ones, I think. So it's kind of an important deal to point out. Big thing, of course, though, you can't buff it. But, like, I think that's okay. We'll just put on Pearl Drake. And then let's just kill this guy. I knew you'd come. Dude, I always do. Oh, almost made good length, or made good use of the range. I mean, like, we are chunking him every time we hit him. Stop that. You know, I don't think I've ever seen him cast it twice. Oh, I'm dead? Yeah, the lock-on got me rolling the wrong direction, dude. That was my bad, really. I should have known better for how lock-on would work, but... You know, I think I'm dying more with this thing than a lot of weapons. And by that I mean I've died to 3 bosses once each. Which is, I guess, worse than my normal track record. But, you know, as good as I feel like I am at this game, I mean, I know in a lot of senses I am just good at this game. I'm not always that good with every weapon type, you know? Oh, I love your input reading, dude. Do people actually find the input reading that he does fun? I'm very curious if there are people that enjoy how he plays. I don't think there are. I think the general... I'm sure there are people, but... Let me know what you guys think, but I think the general consensus is that NPC fights are the worst type of fight that they can introduce as a boss fight. And I would agree with that. Maybe I'm just, like, creating a straw man to back up my arguments. Who knows? Wouldn't that be something? Me, a YouTuber, making up arguments to strengthen my points? Dude, that's, like, unheard of. Alright, we're gonna weapon art him after this. And we're just gonna do that again. Wow, I almost reached him from there. Okay, you know what? I guess Gideon's too strong for this weapon. It's probably really me. It is like 6 a.m. when I'm fighting him. I've kind of enjoyed waking up super early. But I'm going to stop fighting him because clearly he's too strong for this weapon. Clearly. It's totally not me. But anyway, I think I'm going to call it there. Sorry, no more flashy fights on the DLC or anything today. But, I guess I'm kind of over this weapon. I do actually really like it, by the way. Highly recommend it. But, just fight Gideon better than I do, and you'll be fine. Also, spec into more than 34 endurance if you're wearing heavy armor. Like, if I were to wear my normal set... Wait, really? How heavy is that helmet? 4, okay. Say I were to wear my normal set with heater shield and all. I'm off by quite a bit at 34. This thing is heavy, dude. Yeah. Okay. Oh well. Thank you guys very much for watching if you did. By the way, we made it 400 subs. It's super exciting. Thank you guys for the support. I should have said that at the start, but this has been a lot of fun. And I'm glad I can keep up the series, and I'm glad people are enjoying watching each weapon. I will see you guys next time, though. Bye.